This program is brought to you by Connie Doto of Connie Doto Realty Group, 119 Pleasant Street, Methuen. When you want results, don't make a move without us.
Welcome to the second Doto Realty View. I want to thank people for the questions that you had submitted from our last episode. This month, we had a lot of people respond to things that they wanted to see because of the winter months coming along. And one thing people had asked for was how to make our homes energy efficient, especially with the price of heating oil and gas this season. So what we did is we had brought in an expert, as we did last month. We brought the expert in, Marjorie, Izzo from Columbia Gas. Hi Marjorie, thank you for coming today.
Nice to be here.
One thing that I'd like to ask, I know a lot of people say it used to be Boston Gas or Gas. Why the name change?
Yeah.
Why it came to Columbia Gas?
We've been owned by Columbia Gas for 10 years now, and they just decided to change the name. I've worked for the company for years, so it's harder for me to get used to than most of the customers, but it was formerly Bay State Gas, and now we're Columbia Gas of Massachusetts.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of people always ask that. I know when I have new customers that are buying or selling their home and I tell them to call Columbia Gas,
Who is
they
that?
say, wait a minute, who's that? So that's an important thing for people to know in the community. Might as well start with some of the questions. What is a Mass Save program?
Mass Save is the umbrella name for the utility programs. They're run by the gas and electric utilities and Cape Light Compact. It is funded by the utility. Within utilities bills is an energy charge. So everyone is able to participate in these programs. And when I say the umbrella program, it encompasses an Energy Star program, it accompanies your commercial and industrial programs, and your different rebate programs for your high efficiency equipment, as well as the home energy audit that we're here to kind of talk about today.
A couple of things you said a mouthful just now, and there's a lot of questions I have with what you just said in terms of, you know, who can be assessed for it, who can actually participate in this program.
Anyone that's a customer of either, you know, a gas or electric utility. The municipalities generally they don't have that funding in their rate, so there is some small programs there. But if you are a customer of N-Grid in your service territory, it's N-Grid and Bay State Gas or Columbia Gas. Here we go. See, I told you.
See, I mean, people do that frequently.
Right.
So,
if you're a renter, homeowner, commercial customer, everyone is eligible. You pay into the fund.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's even businesses.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. That's
great.
great.
I think that that's an area that a lot of customers don't realize. If you own a small business, a hairdressing salon, you know, lots of small businesses
real estate company.
A real estate
I'm
company.
I'm going to have you come in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I tell my hairdresser that all the time because all the old-fashioned lights she has in and all the energy she's wasting.
Right. Any cost?
There is no cost for the energy efficiency audit. Like I said, there's lots of different programs, and when they say audit, it's a home energy assessment. They will come into your home and they will take a look and see where you could save energy, whether it be in your lighting fixtures or your heating equipment or insulation. So they'll assess, that's why we say we're fuel neutral when we deliver the programs, whether we're talking about our company, the gas company, or the electric company. The person who comes into your audit addresses all your energy needs.
What does the inspection look like? If you were to have somebody come in to look at business or home, give us an example of what things they would go over.
It is very different for the residential customers, which is, I'm the residential program manager, so I'm much more familiar with that. But the audit, you schedule an audit, and you can do that by going to masssave.com. There's a phone number there. I can give the phone number. It's 866-527-7283. And if you're a customer of Columbia Gas, you can reach us directly by 800-232-0120. And those, I'm kind of lost with your question. I think.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of an assessment, if you were to go, somebody was to go in and do an assessment, what would that look like?
Well, the energy assessors are highly qualified. There's lots of training that they have. Now we have, if you call the number, you can have someone assigned to you, or you can go onto the website and choose a home performance contractor. This has been a change to the program this year, where you can choose a number of different contractors that have one assigned to you. They'll go into your home. They take a look around. They'll look and probe to see if you have wall insulation. They'll go up into your attic to see if you have adequate attic insulation. And in some cases, they may do what we call a blow-a-door test, where they block off all the flowing air from the house, make sure the windows are closed, the chimney's closed, and they put it looks like a screen with a fan in it, and they measure the CFM, which is the cubic feet of airflow through that fan, to see if you're within what normal parameters of airflow you should have in the house. And if you're not, they offer free air sealing in the program too, and they use things like, and this isn't done at the time of the audit. Generally, they assess and they give you a program for yourself to say you need additional attic insulation or wall insulation, or maybe you're pretty well set with that, but you could use some what they call air sealing, and they'll like the chimney chases and the where your plumbing comes through, they'll foam around that type of stuff. But that's done in a second visit. The audit itself is free, and then once they've taken a look at that, they'll give you a report and they'll tell you what the company would cover in your expenses and what you would be responsible for covering, and they would tell you how much energy savings you should experience from that. They also provide free CFLs. Those are the compact fluorescent lights that are much more energy efficient than your current bills. Those are free, and they'll put them in every socket that they can in the house. And they also look at your faucet aerators for loss, and they'll replace your faucet aerators or your shower heads with low flow shower heads. And then they look, and the program offers an incentive of $2,000 toward the cost, up 75% up to $2,000. And in most homes, that covers a good percentage of what they're going to do. So in a case where it's $2,500, you may be responsible for $500, and the program would cover $2,000.
Wow, that's incredible that they actually go in and do all that type of testing. I mean, it's really, to a science that they have that. I noticed you brought some things here. Is this something that would be a foam filler? What is this? This is we're all ready for Halloween here with the green. What's that? That's what that looks like to me. But
well, that's what it is. It's it's a spray foam and expands, and they usually use that when they do the air sealing. And that's, like I said, the open chases for your plumbing and those chases where you have holes around it, and you're losing a lot of air there. You'd be surprised how much you lose. Some of this is like your outlets. Air flows through those outlets because they just cut it. The electrician will just cut it open, so they'll go in and they put these in here to stop that airflow. And
see that's incredible. You would never think that something so simple that would help protect your plug sockets. That's awesome.
Right. This is the type of thing that they put around your pipes. So you've got your hot water pipes, and you're losing energy through those. So they'll take this and they wrap it around your pipes. And then they provide, this comes within your energy package, and it shows you for laundry tips and that type of stuff, and it shows you how much each type of equipment, your water heater, your house heater, how much energy that uses. So you can get a sense of.
Now when they come out, they'll test for all these things. Are these things that they would give you free, or?
Most of this stuff, some of it is demonstration materials. They don't generally go around the whole house and put the socket things in. They show you how you could save energy by doing that. They'll, like if they have the blower door set up, you'll feel the airflow and you'll understand that you're losing a lot of energy there. But a lot of the materials that you see here, they do when they come back to do the ear sealing.
Another piece that I'd like to really talk about that I always see when going into homes or helping customers when they're doing new construction, you always see appliances that say Energy Star efficient. What does that mean?
It's a federal guideline that says that the average equipment out there uses a certain amount, and then the equipment that qualifies as Energy Star has to be a certain percentage more efficient than the average of what's out there. So generally, some of equipment like the gas companies and electric companies offer rebates for high efficiency water heaters and higher efficiency house heaters. And so there's programs that when the energy auditor comes, they'll give you the pamphlets that show what equipment you'd qualify for. They would also assess your heating system and your water heating. That would be part of your report to tell you whether or not it would be beneficial for you to replace your old heating system with a new, more efficient, and the amount of time it would take you to pay back that investment.
That's great. I mean, a lot of times, like I said, with the energy efficient systems, you're not sure of what they are, and there are different rebates. I know everyone is probably different.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure
if you go on to EnergyStar.com, they'll tell you what rebates are available in what states.
Okay. When you go through the houses, do they check for, I mean, as you said, the insulation, so they check the whole house for insulation?
They do.
That's great. And again, I have to go back to the point of no cost. There's no cost to customers on this.
That's right. No cost for the assessment.
That's great. And in terms of, depending on what they'd need to have done for efficiency would really say what the cost would be if they had to have stuff done.
Right.
I want to thank you for coming to this program this evening. It's been great. It's been very informative. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to the second half of this show. Thank you.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education.
Right up here.
So every year, I take promising high schoolers on a college tour
Lights there, darks there.
to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asomugha. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live united for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
For pregnant women, the threat of this year's flu season is very real. If you're expecting a baby, you're at higher risk of serious flu-related complications. That's why the CDC recommends pregnant women take simple steps to protect themselves and their babies. Cough or sneeze into your sleeve or a tissue. Get both the H1N1 and seasonal flu vaccines. Avoid contact with anyone who is sick, and if you do get sick, stay home and seek treatment immediately. For more information, go to flu.gov.
All right. Welcome back to the second part of the Doto Realty View, talking about how to make your home energy efficient. And we're going to talk again to really get into the real nuts and bolts of how to make the income eligibility. What does that mean? You said that a portion you get it free, the audit, but is there some guidelines?
There is. If you qualify for the discount rate at your utility for Columbia Gas or for National Grid, then you get the program. There's no cost for the installation or whatever you need as far as your energy efficiency. So there is guidelines, and I believe they're on the website, masssave.com, and you can check with Greater Lawrence Community. They are the people who qualify you for the rate discount as well as the program.
Okay. But you're saying the installation is free?
The installation is free. There's no cost for any of the energy efficiency upgrades if you're income eligible.
Okay.
I have some guidelines. If you have a family of 4 and you have a maximum income of $1,154 a week, then you would qualify for the income eligible programs. But there's other guidelines for being able to qualify for the program, and those like supplemental Social Security income. There's Commonwealth, if you're on the Commonwealth Care Plan, Head Start. So there's a number of other income eligible criteria that would qualify you for the rate and the program.
The thing that's wonderful about this is just not homeowners. It could be renters.
Could be renters.
Which is
right.
Which is wonderful.
Right.
I mean, I think
condo
people,
owners, they're all eligible for it.
And of course, I mean, it's interesting that it could be renters, and those individuals do not own the home, but there is another homeowner that would benefit from it, as well as the person that's renting the
That
property.
is the harder segment to get to, because we have our customers, and those are renters, and they need to tell us who their landlord is. And if you're in a home where there's an income eligible, you have a two-family, one of them is income eligible and the other isn't, landlords need to know that your whole home would qualify under the program, because that's how the program is structured on the federal side.
Oh, really? So say if it was a 4-unit and there was one person that was on one of the units?
It has to be a 50-50 split. So in that case, it would be two of the units are income eligible. The whole house would qualify. If it's a two-family and one of the units qualifies, then the whole home would qualify under that program. So that's important for landlords to know. We try to work with the landlords to make the program, and that's one of the difficult things. When you call in, you need to be able to have your landlord information. Give us their phone number, try and get that set up so that we can make sure that they're the ones that would end up paying for it, obviously, but it would help retain the tenants and make their tenants' bills more doable.
Right, right. That's great. That's great. Another question I think we need to really talk about, seeing that, you know, a lot of people, I mean, we do a lot of new construction.
Right.
So that's, if you could give us some insight to that.
Right.
That
There's
would be...
the benefits of, I love that program, because when you build a home, if you build it right, you're saving energy for years and years to come. And so what the program does is it pays, there's a home energy rater that they're called HERS raters, and they will take a look at your plans, tell you how to make it more more energy efficient before you even start to build, so that they're making sure that the framing is done right, that the insulation is done right, that you have the high efficiency equipment, and they'll make sure that you get all the rebates throughout the program, and we pay for their services to your builder. So there's a cost for someone to come in and do all of that for you, but the program pays for the rater's fees.
So that, and there's no cost to that homeowner who's building.
That's right. There is cost, obviously, for the upgrades that it might take, but over time, you're going to more than make that back, you know, if you build an energy efficient home.
Right. Now, say you're building a home, you come in, you have the audit, they say you should do this type of heating system to be much...
This is prior, on building a home, it's obviously